Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Sunday, December 7th, 2025. Well, of course, we all remember, or we should remember, of course, it's a few generations removed, but we should remember Franklin Delano Roosevelt's famous radio declaration yesterday, December 7th, 1941. A day which will live in infamy. That was the date on which the Japanese bombed the American port of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, which began World War II for the United States. It is a bit of a solemn day today if you believe in democracy. Currently, we don't have a lot of that, but hey, some of us still do. In any case, the astrology today is mostly positive, but there is a lot of it. The sun today is at 15, moving to 16 degrees of adventurous and truth-seeking and fun-loving fire sign Sagittarius. The moon is moving through the latter degrees of ultra-sensitive, often moody, but generally nurturing water sign Cancer. It does move into the grand and glorious fire sign of Leo, but that is tonight. Most of the day, virtually all of the day, is taken up with the moon moving through Cancer. Its first aspect is a hard squared 90-degree angle from 23 degrees of Cancer to Chiron, called the wounded healer, at 23 degrees of Aries. That's a little tough, so don't get up on the wrong side of the bed, as my mother used to say, in the morning. 6:15 now, let's call it 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Then the first of many fortunate aspects today, the moon conjoins Jupiter, the planet of good fortune and expansion, at 24 degrees of Cancer at 8:51 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 4:51 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. That's nice, that's optimistic, that's big picture sort of energy. Very nice for a lovely Sunday morning. Mercury, the planet of communication, is at 25 degrees of Scorpio and makes a harmonious flowing trine to Saturn, the planet of responsibilities, which is nice and serious, but it's like take care of business time and think in terms of security and positive actions. Just shortly after the conjunction of the moon to Jupiter. That's 8:58 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 4:58 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Both of these aspects together are nice and primo. Then the moon moves through this Mercury-Saturn aspect. Mercury makes a trine to Saturn, 25 degrees of Cancer to Saturn at 25 of Pisces at 10:50 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:50 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and then 9 minutes later makes that lovely trine to Mercury at 25 degrees of Scorpio. 10:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 6:59 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. You get the idea. This is a good day for good positive thoughts, but also for getting things done and thinking in more serious terms. A good day to get your holiday shopping done because you want to expend some effort doing stuff today. The moon then spends a few hours unaspected, and then later in the day, toward the evening, makes a harmonious flowing sextile, 60-degree angle from 29 degrees of Cancer to Uranus, the planet of sudden change and sometimes chaos, but it's sitting in a positive angle here to Uranus at 29 degrees of Taurus, 4:44 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 12:44 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Think out of the box, do something different. Shortly after that, the moon, 29 degrees of Cancer, almost out of Cancer, makes a harmonious flowing trine to Neptune, the planet of dreams and visions. Good, positive, meditative, creative energy, spiritual sort of energy. 5:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 1:45 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And then the moon moves into the grand and glorious fire sign of Leo, changing the energy into something a little bit more buoyant at 6:48 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2:48 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The moon's opposition to Pluto occurs too late for us to worry about, but it's quite a day already, so a lot of stuff going on today. It's kind of a day to get things done, but with a good, positive spirit to it. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. If you'd like a reading with me, personal reading, please book it on my website. Astrologers get busy the latter part of the year because everybody wants to know what the new year has got coming up for them. So book it now, starpresence.net, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, You've got star presence. Enjoy this day, no matter what.